Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to talk through how I've completed this snake with colour pencils. This drawing is a tutorial on my Patreon, so using the link in the description you'll be given the list of paper and pencils used along with the reference photo line art and step-by-step instructions on how to create your own snake with the background. So let's get started. So with a piece like this, what you want to do is just break down each section. Make sure that you have a really good outline because you can get lost of where all of the different sections are. Then you can just go through and complete each scale one at a time. So when you're having a look at the reference photo, some of the areas are a warm color and some are a cool color. So the warm colors are sort of orange and red colors. The cool colors are sort of blue and purple colors. And in each of the scales, sometimes there are cold and warm tones. So once you break it down and just sort of do one scale at a time, you can go through and add in the cooler grey or the warm grey. So I'm using warm grey 2 and cold grey 2 to put in the base layers. And then one of the other colours I used that was really good for this was the raw umber. This is a yellow colour that you're seeing through. So I did use a Naples yellow, but that's only in the eye. The rest of it I was using the raw umber. So that's like a brown yellowy colour. And then going through and using that really lightly will give sort of a orangey effect, but not making it too bright. Where there are sort of bluer tones as well, I did use some of the Indanthrene blue and also some of the cold grey 4 and warm grey 5. So depending where the cool and warm tones are is what you want to pay attention to and put those colours in. For this one I didn't use any solvent, so I just used a white colour pencil to blend everything down. So in this one I was using the Luminance white pencil, but you can just use the Polychromos white if that's all that you have as well. So this sort of texture can take quite a long time. The tutorial that I have on Patreon goes for about 4 hours just to do the snake and then another hour just to do the background. But the tutorial is in real time, so it makes it a lot easier when you can see everything as it's happening. We go through each of the colours that I'm using and it's very easy to follow along. So you really need to take your time. Remember to look at your reference photo. Make sure you have a good outline, because once you sort of lose where the scales are going and where they are and where all the sort of darker bits are on the scales, you start to get a little bit lost and it gets very confusing. So make sure to pay attention to the reference photo and put things down very slowly and one at a time. So if I just went through and shaded everything at the whole length of the snake, then it would just be really confusing and I wouldn't be able to find where anything is. So finally I just went through and added the outline with the cold grey 2 to see where all of the different scales are going to be, and then just go through adding all of the darker sections with the black and the warm grey 5, and then just starting to render and bring together all of the rest of the scales. So I did really like the look of just the snake on the page. I don't feel like you do need to add a background for this one, but I was determined to add in the background. That's why I've put tape all around the sides. So when you're putting in your background, what you want to do is make sure you put your pencil on the side and then you just build up the layers really slowly. When you're using your solvent to blend with, make sure to have really minimal solvent on your brush. If you have a piece of paper towel, you can use that to get off all of the liquid off the brush and then just really slowly just blend it all down. So I went through and put down a base layer, went around and blended it all together, and then I put down another layer and then blended it all together. I also did use a blending pencil for this one. But yeah, like I said, you don't have to have a background for this one. I think it does look nice with the background, but I did think it looked good without the background. So I hope that you like this video. Check me out on Patreon. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys.